What up, everybody? Let me lower the music. I have a very chill background music. What's going on? We got 26 people watching. Let's go. Hi everyone. How we doing? Is it Bill Gates? No, it's not. It's not Bill Gates. They will be here soon. They're just getting ready. What up though? Everyone do me a favor, hit a like on that. You know, the, what do you call it? The like, the like button on the video. That music is great this early in the morning. Yeah, it's early, man. Rise and shine. It's 8:50 here in New York. Shout out from New York. Can everyone hear me fine, or is my voice a little too low? Let me know. Give me some updates on the audio. How we doing? Yo, what's good? Just passed my AZ 900, 93%. Just start. Damn, that's awesome, yo. That's a sick score. I passed the AZ 900 with just like one question. All right. What up, Robert Newcomb? Who else is in here? Christian, what's going on? Edward, what's going on? Steven, what's going on? Alex, what's going on? Emmanuel, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. I have a very, very special, super special guest today. We're just waiting for him to get prepped. I just realized that the chat's probably going to get in the way of his face. So I'm going to move this around a little bit. Like maybe we can move this. Might have to move it completely off screen. Let me see if I can make this shorter like this. I'll put it to the right of me for now. All right, cool. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me move the camera a bit. Let me see. Or maybe I move the screen like that. And then we can do like that. AI 900. That's a good one too. That's a good one too. Any fundamental certifications can be set you up for success for sure. I appreciate everyone telling me that you can hear me. I'm hoping that when I get my guest on here, we can also hear him as well. Fine. And there's no like a latency, or there's no audio issues. How much money do you make? I make base salary. I think I'm at like 162,000 USD. I believe. I have to. I don't. Okay, I should know, but I know that for base salary, and then we always say I had sign-on bonus, relocation bonus, stock when I joined, so all that goes into like how much annually. And then on Tuesday I'm gonna find out how much I make, how much I made for my yearly bonus. So I don't know exactly the number, but that's what it is at the moment. Hola Ivana, ¿qué tal? Yeah. What's going on, everybody? We got how many people are in here? Let me see. I moved recently. This is a brand new. This is a brand new apartment for me, which is I'm gonna do a tour soon, and I have now. This is just my streaming desk. I have my work desk over there, and then I have a music desk in my bedroom. So. Yeah, I have so much more space now. Where are we? How much? Hey, I like when people call me GSP. That's funny. I mentioned I interviewed for an IT manager position a few streams back today, and my second week. Oh, congrats, Harris. Congrats on landing the role. Our special guest here. Are you ready? Someone was like, is it Bill Gates? It's not Bill Gates, but it'll make you just as happy. Congrats, Harris. Super proud of you. And how's it going? 2 weeks in, you're starting to get a feel for the role and whatnot. All right, you want to take a seat? Let's see if this audio works. You want to test the mic? Hold on. Can everyone hear Rishabh?
Can everyone hear me?
Let's see what it says. This chat is kind of like in the way. Put it up here, maybe.
Audio good? Awesome.
Audio good from Rishabh, or am I louder than him? We need help. Like we need live. We need to test in production. Is he louder than me or like lower than me? Like Ivana was just thinking about it. A little low from him. Okay.
Okay, how about now?
All right. How about that? All right. His volume was lower on purpose just to make sure that there was no sync. How about now? You wanna?
Yeah, how about now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Better. If you want to like adjust that, like the
Yeah, I'll probably sit close to it.
yeah, lower than you, perfect. Lower.
Awesome.
I also have a louder voice, I think, so that doesn't help. But yeah, we literally just got up like an hour ago. So Rishabh arrived last night.
Mm-hmm.
We literally just got up and we're both sipping coffee. Rishabh has a Microsoft cup. I also have a Microsoft cup. This is from like a internal resource group that we have. Hola. So we're having coffee, and I hope everyone else is whoever is in the morning. I hope you're also having coffee if that's what you drink. All right, so his video. I mean, your audio is good, I think.
Yeah.
So everyone, do me a favor, like the stream. Let's try to hit 50 people, dude. Let's try to hit 50 people. I'm gonna raise you just a little bit more. Someone asked the average rent in New York. I think in New York City, it's like $2,000 USD for a studio. And so I live now in Queens, so I'm like 20 minutes from the city. I think it might be a little lower, but yeah, it's crazy expensive. Let's see, what are people asking? I'm waiting for a video on which one are your favorite apps on your phone. For Rishabh or for me? Rishabh just...
Yeah, it just did.
Well, I guess it wasn't like your favorite apps. It was more so just your phone...
Yeah, how I set it up.
In general. Yeah. But then I don't really... do I really have it? My favorite app is the Streak apps. Like, that has changed my life so far. Yo, Gwen also made 2 weeks at my .NET dev role. That's awesome.
Nice.
That guy Jay, that's great. Yeah, we had someone who just started an IT manager role 2 weeks in, and then we have Jay. I think that was Harris, and then we have Jay.
Okay.
Started a .NET dev role. It's awesome. Just rolled in from the gym, so I'm still wired off the pre. Oh, I found a gym that I finally like around here, but it's like almost a mile away. But I figured, since I've been running almost every single day for the past June, July, 3 months.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like used to running like 3 miles a day, whatnot.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna end up doing is running
to the gym
a mile. So that's like the warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then lifting and then running back, and then it's like a complete workout.
True.
Yeah. So
you don't need treadmill.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Like once I get there, I don't have to do any cardio. It might suck though in the winter.
True.
But I feel like at this point I have enough discipline where it's like I'm gonna see it through anyway. Hopefully, we'll see. Cause I mean, winters can get pretty rough here some days, but usually it's like.
Yeah, for me it's the
chill.
It's the fit. Like, what do you wear? Because you're going out in snow for a run, and then you hit the gym, and gym is warm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have to take like a backpack.
Yeah.
And like some spare clothes or whatnot. Let's see. Ayo Rishabh. Microsoft needs some exclusive certified merch. I want some Microsoft merch, but don't want to look like a poser since I don't work for them. I don't think you would look like a poser if you had.
Yeah.
If you had Microsoft, like, look, he's wearing AWS merch. Does he look like a poser? And what's your hat? BMW.
Yeah.
See, does he look like he works at BMW? No. Yeah. Not wired off the pre-workout. Do you take pre-workout?
No, I used to. I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't like to have the feeling of like. I took it for like a month, and then I felt like I started needing it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this feeling.
Yeah.
It's not like it's anything bad for you. I just didn't, because then I found myself getting to a point where it's like, if I didn't take pre-workout, I would be like, oh, I don't want to work out because I don't have everything that I need. So I started feeling like that. But that's more of an issue with myself than anyone else.
Yeah, for me, it felt weird. And there were 2 instances where I took it and then didn't went to gym.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember the first time taking it, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" It feels like you're on like you get like a boost in like a video game or something. Or let's see. Are you a badass GPS running to the gym? Nah. Yeah, I've been on a very like big health kick, so it's like I want to just keep it going for however long I can. Let's see. I can't get used to train. I know I have to, but I hate it. Oh, like training, like working out, or like the train, like the subway. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Rishabh got here last night. His flight was delayed, and then our freaking lift back here took like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And the lift smelled so bad. Like after we got out, like we were trying to figure out why it smelled so bad. I personally think it was like the driver, but dude, it was a rough couple of hours there from like waiting and then getting here. But then we went and we got Thai food,
which is good.
Which was good, right? We had these crispy wings, really good, really good. Hey Rishabh, I loved your video in Hindi. Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I've been waiting for a while on doing, Hindi or Punjabi stuff.
Yeah.
I guess Hindi made sense because, it's more spoken around the world as compared to Punjabi, just North India. And then I know Gwen has been doing Spanish content for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I should definitely do it. And then I had a lot of requests for different videos to be done in Hindi. I chose the cloud engineer one because it made more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are more that'll be coming soon. It's just too much work for me because, so I think in Punjabi, because that's the language I spoke.
Oh, okay.
And it's hard to, so the words, I would say 60% words are same, but those 40% can be tricky because then you have to, translate it. And I remember when I was editing this video, I had like, I don't know, 50 cuts.
Yeah, now I get it. I do, so I think in English, so when I do Spanish content, I have to do it in English first and then I translate. I can't do straight Spanish. So it's like, and it's funny because it's almost like you can physically feel your brain like trying to switch into that language, right? Yeah. But what I've also found with videos that you do in other languages is like metrics wise, which isn't necessarily like the most important thing, but they won't do as well, but I feel like they're very engaged and the responses are usually a lot more like people are a lot more grateful that you're doing that kind of stuff. Like I recently just saw content. It's like, oh wow, your Spanish is great. Like, thank you so much for doing this. Obviously it was in Spanish. But I think it's really important to more so do that because I mean you've seen this firsthand. I've seen this firsthand now. Like people who are not native English speakers or don't speak English first will have to learn something in tech. They will first have to translate and then learn. So you're already like your study time is essentially, let's just say, doubled because you have to take that additional step. Whereas so when I was, for example, in school in Ecuador, like I would be able to consume all the content straight from English because I knew English. But then I would see my colleagues, which a lot of them were way more smarter than me, but they would have to take the time to translate and it would take them longer. So now that we're in the position to go on and create stuff in other languages, I feel like it's our duty to do so.
Definitely, yeah.
It is hard though. It's very time consuming, but yeah. Let's see here. I was talking about working out. It's Friday. My head is not 100% today. Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. As a native English speaker, I feel very fortunate that there is so much English content. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's I feel like there's little privileges like that people take for granted. Just the fact that if you want to get into tech and you know English, that's already one step ahead of a lot of people.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, don't take that for granted. It appears that Microsoft embraces Terraform as an infrastructure as code option more and more time as it goes on. As a cloud advocate, what is your approach in terms of recommending one IAC over another? That's a good question. I don't really get questions on IAC mainly because it's not necessarily my focus. Like if I had a DevOps focus, I'd probably get more questions. For that kind of stuff, I tend to go with Bicep mainly because that's just where my experience is. But I'll always ask okay, what is your goal? If you are planning to work straight just in Azure, and you have experience already with ARM, I think a transition into Bicep is probably a better bang for your buck in terms of like how much time it's going to take you to pick up something like Bicep, because you're already familiar with ARM and Azure. But if you're familiar with Terraform and you want to like work with infrastructure as code in Azure, like why wouldn't you just keep using Terraform? Like for me, it's more so like what's the best option for you than what's like what I don't have anything to push. I don't have anything to sell. Right? It's pretty easy to kind of help you figure out what it is. What's up, GPS? What's up? I have Rishabh here. I feel like most people know who you are. I don't need an introduction. Okay, maybe introduce yourself. You want to introduce yourself?
No.
No.
No, I'm Rishabh. I've been doing live streams with Gwen for past
year. Oh my, maybe more.
Year and a half.
Yeah, maybe year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing our second podcast together.
Yep.
We've done some videos together. And yeah, I'm just chilling at her place.
Here for a week.
This is my second time.
Yep.
Within a year.
Yeah.
Good.
Look at you, dude. From like, I mean, we talk about your story a lot, but like from selling, pizzas. I mean, delivering pizzas.
Yep.
And now you're in New York City, just chilling a week before you got to go to a tech conference. And are you delivering anything, or are you just participating?
No, I'm delivering. But it's a group discussion rather than just a technical talk, which I love.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I'm getting not tired, but like I would love to have a different approach of doing a technical talk, which is just not me talking.
Yeah.
So
that's the cool thing about advocacy, is like you're sort of pushed, or you're maybe more like encouraged to go try different things.
Yeah.
And this is why I love doing this kind of stuff, because it's like it essentially it does become advocacy, but we're not here like doing tutorials or anything like that. We're just here like talking about life and whatnot. How old are you guys? Are you comfortable answering how old you are?
I think so now. Yeah. How about you?
You weren't comfortable before answering? I've always been comfortable. I don't care.
I was not.
Why?
There was a bias that people had.
Because you're young?
Yeah, I was young. I was youngest at the company.
Okay.
So I didn't realize it until like there were a couple of instances that happened over time. So I stopped disclosing how young I was, or like how old I was.
Because of the haters?
Not the haters. It was not like the audience or something. It was just like people that I knew.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
yeah.
People would like think, just, oh, you say your age, and like, oh yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. That happened to me before I was like maybe like 25 prior, or before my cloud engineering gig. I had felt like that. Once I hit that, and I was like, I don't really care, because anything that you need me to do or answer, like I can do that. So once my experience like was at like matched my confidence level.
Okay.
Like once those things were in balance and aligned, I was like, I don't really care. I'm 28 now. Rishabh is a baby. How old are you?
25.
He's 25. And yeah, that's our age. Do you both live in New York City now? So I used to live in New York City, so which is Manhattan. I now live in Queens, which is another city in New York. New York is made up of a bunch of different boroughs. I guess I should call it boroughs instead of city. But Rishabh lives in Canada. What part of Canada do you live?
East, so Kitchener.
Which is like, if you needed to give people like
a reference, it's hour and a half drive from Toronto.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like most people know Toronto. Yeah. Drake. Yeah, so he's here visiting for a week. And then he has to go to a tech conference somewhere in a secret location in New York. William says, GPS, thanks for learning cloud. I'm following it on my learning pathway. I appreciate you. We gotta thank Rishabh too, because I like that last question. We'll get to that in a second. I thank Rishabh too, because he's half of the work there. So we both actually, I guess, not own, but maintain, author. I would probably be the proper word for learning cloud.
Yeah.
We do a lot of work together. Like whenever I have like a project, I'm always like, all right, Rishabh, we gotta do this. It's like my default to like.
No, I think so too.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like
we hop on a Discord call, like whatever we might have in mind, and then we end up spending like 60 minutes talking about ideas.
Yeah, and like one idea will spark another one, and then another one, and another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Queens dangerous? How do I answer that? I feel like any city or any place in New York can probably be seen as dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there are specific areas of Manhattan that are dangerous. There are specific areas in Queens that are dangerous. At Brooklyn, Bronx, like anywhere really. Like you're not gonna avoid that. The area that I'm in is relatively safe, but it's with New York. It's more so like you just have to be aware no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Just be like very careful. Like I like to run around the neighborhood, but I won't do that at midnight because I'm not an idiot. So if you're smart, you can make it safer, but you know, there's no place that's 100% safe.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm promoting our live stream.
Oh yeah. I should do an Instagram story. I'll do it in a second.
Okay.
Kevin says you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for all the beautiful content you create. Aw, our content is beautiful, Rishabh.
With the heart symbol. It's for you guys.
Yeah, so Rishabh and I rant a lot. We were like ranting last night about how we don't like how certain people like to make money off beginners, and we're not gonna get into specifics, but we sort of use that as fuel for us to like keep like we want to make as much free content for like useful, non-clickbaity free content as possible, and it kind of keeps us going. Because you know when you think back of like when you were a beginner, like all you kind of needed was someone to kind of give you like that first step, like here's like, and then you go figure it out, right? So that's kind of what keeps us going. But it also it's like great to hear from people that we are helping.
Yeah, because I do remember like there were a few people where, you know, their employers were not so great of, you know, funding their career change or getting them courses, getting them training. And I feel like that's the like my mentality was we want to fill that gap before. Now it's just, you know, helping people as much as we can. For Gwen, it's I think you said 5,000 people.
Yeah, I want to get 5,000 people jobs before I retire.
Yeah, mine is just one person. Not job, but yeah, if my video helps one person, I'm happy. I'm content with that, which is I think a really low barrier, but.
Yeah, I should probably keep a counter, but I'm probably at like maybe I don't know, maybe 20
yeah,
people.
you should start a Notion page.
Yeah, Notion page and just get
start
names.
tracking. Yeah.
Oh my,
because you posted like I know you get a lot of like messages and DMs that hey I joined this, you know.
Yeah,
I was doing Learn to Power. Yeah. So you should start tracking that.
You know how those obnoxious people on Twitter will create like those status bars in their bio, like, oh, their goal is to get like 10,000 monthly recurring, and they have a little like 10% to this goal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna do that too, but I'll do it with like I want to get 5,000 people hired. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. Rishabh, I can already see you will have an amazing future. You are already someone people admire, so congrats.
Thank you.
Rishabh is very humble. Like he's like, he'll never like allow himself to feel any like I don't know. I feel like you don't allow yourself to feel accomplishments. We're gonna get deep now. It's the therapy mode. Therapy session with Rishabh. Sometimes I'm like, dude, like allow yourself to feel all this amazing stuff that you're doing.
I talk to you. You know that I'm happy, right?
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know if I like express it good. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're happy in your accomplishments, I guess that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I have to celebrate, I just buy something cool.
Shoes.
Or like cool, yeah. Sneakers, new gadget. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, well, I guess we all have different ways.
Yeah.
Celebrating. Let's see. Should I start in DevOps for starting my career? What? Should you start in DevOps for starting your like?
So yeah, it's ambiguous.
Yeah, it's a very ambiguous question. Like, what, like, where do you want to go to? Like, what, we need more context. I see Texas. In Texas, the East Coast is crazy dangerous. All the things you see are dangerous. Yeah. My mom is like that too. Even though my mom lives in Connecticut, which is only an hour away, she's like, oh, you can't go to Queens. There, I just saw like this murder happen there. I was like, Mom, like that. It's like it's gonna happen anywhere and everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Because we were watching news last night at
oh
the
my
Thai
goodness.
place.
And it was back to back Queens and Queens this and Queens that
like-
and Queens.
I was looking at Gwen.
And I'm just like chill, like yeah, I see this every day. Every ship's like sweating.
Yeah. It's hard because you know how Canada is.
Yeah, Canada's mad chill.
Yeah. we're chill.
I work in Queens. Commuting from Long Island to Queens to take some getting used to, especially when you're surrounding in Queens, especially your surroundings in Queens when going in public. Yeah, I mean, okay. So to be fair, when people think Queens, they don't think of the area that I'm in. I'm not gonna tell specifically the area that I'm in, but the area that I'm in is a lot more calm, and it's
I think so.
not like we went out last night.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
walking around. It was like, you get the vibe of what it is.
Yeah.
Very much like that all the time. It's very like a very family.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of families live in the area, so it's not like what when like the stereotypical thing that people think of in Queens. It's not that. Let's see. Any recommendations on questions to ask infrastructure VP at my company? My manager has been impressed with my help desk role and wants to move me to a Citrix Virtual Apps Azure admin role. Questions to ask about what? Yeah, like what?
And
Like,
why are you asking?
yeah,
these
why are you
questions?
asking these questions? Is it like an interview kind of thing or what?
Oh, it could be, yeah.
Yeah, or what is the context of the questions? Can I have both AWS and Microsoft Azure certification? Yes, you can. You have both AWS.
All
and-
three.
Do you have? Are they still like valid?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also have GCP too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And you have like what? You have Oracle still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that expired.
Okay.
So I have Terraform, Azure, AWS, GCP.
Are you gonna which ones are you gonna renew?
Only AWS and Microsoft.
All right, which AWS ones? All of them?
No, so I think I'll just set the pro,
Okay.
like a
which one?
pro
Oh,
professional
A-
certificate.
okay.
But I'm leaning towards like the DevOps professional,
Mm.
and that would automatically renew all of my associates.
Mm.
For Microsoft, the renewal process is way easier.
Yeah.
Because for AWS, you have to reset the exam,
Mm.
which I don't want to do, because I've already done that exam. So I want to go level up,
Yeah.
which automatically renews all your lower level certificates.
Yeah.
Whereas for Microsoft, you have to go through the Learn modules, and then you can just set it through Learn, like Microsoft Learn,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah, which I think is pretty fair because it's every year, right?
Some of them I think are every 2 years.
The Microsoft ones?
Yeah, because for AZ-104, I think it's almost. I would have to check.
Mm.
It'll be 2 years, and it hasn't expired, so I think it's 2 years.
'Kay.
But yeah. Oh, that is a really good suggestion.
Punjabi food review. Yeah, we'll do. Well, you wanted to do another music one, right?
I want to do another music one.
And
yeah.
then we could do. I guess we could find some food around here, and we'll just
Eat.
binge.
Like, yeah.
Oh, just binge. And we have our cameras anyway, so we can
Yeah, we
vlog
can
it
do that.
out.
Yeah.
Let's see. I work very hard to learn a lot now that I'm starting out. I have a dream that one day I'll be on your channel to inspire others. That's awesome. I'd love to have you on my channel.
Mhm.
So whenever you've made that move, let me know and we'll schedule it. I'm working in DevOps now. 6 months in the role. Awesome. And I don't recommend it for beginners unless you have a solid team that's able to bring you up to speed. I would I would say that might not be specific to DevOps though. I feel like that first role, if you have a solid team, that sets you up for success for the rest of your career. And if you don't have a solid team, you might end up like hating tech.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's specific to DevOps though. And I don't know a lot of companies do onboarding too great. But yeah, again, if you have like a successful team to support you at that beginning stage, like you're gonna be great. Everyone, do me a favor, like the stream.
Yes,
we're trying to hit
please.
50. We're at 20. I don't really know if that's accurate though.
Yeah, I saw 24.
Yes, do me a favor, like the stream, share it with someone. We're trying to hit 50 live viewers.
Yeah, 24
We're
people are watching.
celebrating that Rishab is in New York City,
Mhm.
and we're hanging out in person. Anyway,
The extent we go to be live together.
yeah, this is. I told Rishab, like, Rishab, you gotta get here. We have to go live. We have to
Yeah.
hit 50 viewers live. Anyway, Queens is huge. I love Astoria. Yeah, Astoria's near here. I'm not in Astoria. I think Astoria for me was too dense. Like when I left, so I was living in Midtown Manhattan, and I was like, I need to get to the complete opposite of this, but still accessible. Still like I can get into the city with like a 20-minute subway ride or whatever. But I don't like the noise. I don't like the smells. I don't like the rats. I don't like just it being so busy. And Astoria is still a little too dense for me. But it has like it has everything and whatnot. So I'm like I need to feel like I'm living in the suburbs, but I'm not living in the suburbs kind of thing. So I found a good fit for me. Punjabi food is Punjabi food like food like spicy though?
It could be.
Okay, because I can't handle spice. Dude.
Yeah, so we'll ask them to make it. I can't handle like Indian spices.
Dude, we should if we should go to a place and order like small dishes, like a bunch of small dishes. Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah. Illegal immigrant here. I've been in the construction industry for a minute, but thinking about moving to IT. I think it's a ticket out of this country and being able to make good money in my home country. Thanks for all your content. Where on Azure should I start? I've been so confused on their website trying to figure out where to begin. Okay. Let's see. Let's tackle this question. Where on Azure should I start? I mean, I think cloud. Okay, so if your goal is to get into cloud computing, it's not just about like AWS, Azure, GCP. Like there's some fundamentals that we recommend, which is why we made Learn to Cloud. If you go learntocloud.guide is a website, we have sort of outlined kind of the things that you need to know to understand the fundamentals of cloud. And then ideally with the skill sets that you learned there, you should be in a position to go for like cloud admin, cloud support, kind of like an entry-level cloud role. So there's Linux, networking, scripting, programming fundamentals, cloud platform, DevOps, and security. Shout out Day, who created the security phase.
Yep.
Once you get like, and we've put them in phases. Like we put them in an order where you progress and like each one adds on top of each other. But cloud isn't until like phase 3. So you still have phase 1 and 2. And there's a phase 0 for people who have no tech experience as well. So once you jump straight into cloud, I'm not saying like don't go and get certified or whatnot. Like if you want to do that, but we more so from our own experience have like said like, okay, this is kind of like how we would do it if we were to do it again.
Yeah, especially if they also mentioned if they want to get into IT. So I think phase 1 and 2 would help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until they decide which cloud platform they want to choose, you would still have skills that could be applied to get a IT help desk or even an IT admin job.
Yeah, help desk is such a great role to like get started too. Like I know we're big fans. We both started in help desk. I know a couple people, like I'm interviewing Lyndon Nichols, who's a global black belt in app innovation at Microsoft. So it's like the highest level in terms of advocacy. It's like it's not a natural. It's like it doesn't. You don't go from like principal advocate to GBV. It's like a different team. Okay. But you're doing advocacy specific to like a client kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's really cool. It's like a mix from advocacy and solution architect. I want to talk to her about like getting into that at some point. But anyway, she started and helped us too, and she's like one of the highest in what she does at Microsoft, right? So, and I'll talk to her about that too. But yeah, help desk is such a great place to get started with tech in general. Let's see. Guys, what do you think about Cisco certifications? Do you have any Cisco certs?
No. They're expensive.
Like the CCNA in those?
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
They're like $500?
Yeah, and by the time... Like, when I... So my professor recommended to get Cisco certificates, because we didn't have... So I didn't have cloud in my curriculum. The only thing we had was networking and Windows administration. So he recommended Cisco certs. Okay, the book was really big, but I was still a student, so it was expensive at that time, so I didn't do it. And I know few of my college buddies did it, and I'm just checking the price for the Cisco cert.
I think it was like, I don't know. Dude, I was so surprised that the Cloud Plus was $360.
Yeah, that's why I don't...
Ridiculous.
We were talking about this on Discord, right? When someone was asking if he should do the Linux Essentials or if he should do Linux Plus.
Yeah, yeah.
The only I guess argument I have with Comptia is they're 300 plus.
Why are they so expensive?
And they're
Is Comptia even that relevant anymore? With like, I feel like with cloud, I don't think they have any.
It's gonna buy a McMuffin, but here you go.
So, Varseth says was gonna buy a big muffin, but here you go. Gave us $2. Thank you so much. We should use that towards the Punjabi
Yeah,
food
the Punjabi food. Yeah, $450 is the price of CCNA.
450.
Yeah,
That's lab. Is it lab based
I think so.
or is it multi? 450. Do you get a retake?
I don't know. I just looked up the price.
400. You better get a retake, a free retake for that price, and it better be
And
lab.
if I'm wrong, please tell me. I just googled it. I didn't open it.
450 USD. Oh my goodness. Like some of the security certs are like that expensive, but I feel like the security certs, like they'll be like 24/7
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
certifications, and I feel like that's worth it. But anyway, I guess Cisco for it depends. Like if you're trying to get to networking, I see like Cisco is pretty relevant.
And to your question that if CompTIA is still relevant, so my brother-in-law who was looking for help desk jobs,
Yeah.
he said most of them said you need to have CompTIA plus,
Okay.
and there
Yeah,
were
yeah.
some Linux support jobs, and they were like they would have Linux plus in the requirements.
Interesting.
So and this is Canada, so I don't know how it's in the States, but there are still companies that put it as a requirement, and so he started studying for it. So I told him like go for Linux Essentials
Yeah.
instead of Linux Plus,
Yeah.
and then he can go
Yeah.
up the ladder of Linux LPIC 1 LPIC
I still want to do the Linux Foundation certified. What is it? Cloud admin.
engineer.
Engineer. What? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I still want to do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, I have so many things going on. Anyway, if it's relevant for the job, I would say go for it. But for cloud specific, I don't really see it being a requirement.
Yeah.
But if it is a requirement, then go for it, right?
And see if your employer can help you.
Yeah, cause $450, dude. I mean, maybe because we're very frugal and we don't like spending money like that. But that's a lot of money. It's like
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
it is.
Let's see.
So we see.
Wait, Gwen, do you plan on moving back home or staying at your current abode? I think I'm probably gonna stay. Well, I mean, I signed a new lease for a year, so I have to be here for a year. But what I decided to do was move to a cheaper area. So this place is cheaper, and I actually have more space, and I like it more. So I'm saving let me think, $1,000 a month in rent. Yeah, by moving here.
That's like a car.
Dude, yeah, that's
like you could get a car, right? Like a brand new car.
Yeah, with car payment and
insurance.
And insurance, yeah, by moving here. So
Damn.
if I moved home, I obviously would have saved maybe, let me think, probably twice that, so 2,000. But was it that $1,000 a month worth my freedom and being just home? I mean, just being on my own. Yes. So it's not all about money all the time. So let's see.
But do you think you would move out, more out of the city?
Yeah, at some point. Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to do so this year in the city. I might do one more, depending. But then after that, I'm done. I want to go buy my house somewhere.
Nice.
I want to build my own thing, have a really custom studio and all that kind of stuff.
That's the dream.
Yeah, for sure. But for now, I just think what I've learned living here and being on my own, I still have a little bit more to figure out. But yeah, I'm trying to settle down. Well, I still need to find someone. I want to be like you, dude. Rishab's very settled down and stable. I'm super jealous about that. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. We got to answer this one. We answered this one. I like people in the chat offering to help each other. That's what it's about, yo.
That's what I was gonna say.
Community is very important. Reading Linux Basics right now. Super awesome book. Linux Basic for Hackers is a great book.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. So much fun. Y'all help motivate me. Thank you. Got my AWS CCP. Congrats, Omar. It's a good step. Omar also asks, I'm already in a tech company in a more hardware-based role. I'd like to transition to cloud solution DevOps role within the company. And advice, I'm trying to get my foot in the door. Trying to transition to what? Cloud solutions DevOps role? Like, are you open to doing like a cloud support, like cloud admin role? That's the question. Tell us tell us your educational background. Tell us a little bit more about what you do in your current role.
Yeah.
And do you know what the interview process is for like internal moves? Because for example, at Microsoft, even if you want to make an internal move, you still have to like apply
Interview,
and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff, right? So, do you know that? Are you able to talk to people on that team that you want to get to?
Yeah,
Can you
that's what I
shadow
was gonna
them?
say.
Can you have like informational conversations? Like, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I would reach out to your cloud team and see. Even if you have to go through the interview process, they would know like what the interview was like.
Yeah.
CCP is already like a great start, and congratulations on having that. So
Yeah.
figure that out, and then start having conversations. Like, make sure your manager knows what your kind of progression you want to make at the company.
That's the thing. Like, you're in already. So like making it known that you want to make the move and doing it in a like respectful, classy way is like you have that advantage over people who are trying to come in from the outside. So tell us more about that and we'll see what else we can tell you. Getting into security with studying for my CASP. Don't know what that is. Sounds like a security cert. My contracted company's moving me over to cybersecurity afterwards once I get a CASP. Any great security jobs in cloud that will keep me technical? What? Hold on. My company's moving me over to cybersecurity after once I get my any great security jobs in cloud that will keep me technical? I think a lot of security roles are technical.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and especially with, cloud growing, like I see a lot of small to medium-sized businesses have dedicated roles for security now in cloud.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. I think you're gonna be technical from your security.
Yeah.
Like, you're on the engineering and not like on the sales side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on what you consider technical. Like, because I feel like sometimes people think like, oh, if I'm not programming, then I'm not technical. It's like, no. Security can be very, very technical, but oftentimes they're not programming. Not oftentimes, but sometimes they won't be programming. They'll more scripts or whatnot. Go to Day Cyberwalk's YouTube channel. He has so much content on that. Let's see. I don't know if this is right to say here. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. I'll like to network with people in the chat. I see you are still starting. It would be cool for you all to think. Go to our Discord. What is it? Discord.learntocloud.guide. Yeah, and then you can talk to everyone there. Like, we're all hanging out there every now and then. A question: should I start with AWS certified? No, solution architect, associate, or developer? If it's my goal to become a developer in the near future. Solution architect or developer certification. Or if you want to be a developer, go with the developer.
Yeah, I think he answered it himself, or whoever the person
I
is.
loved the developer certification. That was the first one I got. It was very hands-on. My notes are on. If you go to learntocloud.guide, phase 3, you'll see a PDF with my notes. It's like 60 pages. I had so much fun studying for that. I learned a lot. It got really hands-on.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think the developer-focused certifications are the ones that have just a lot more examples on how you can actually go and implement stuff, because you're working with containers, you're working with serverless, you have these codes and whatnot that you can go and to figure out how to deploy, which is all what development is and whatnot. So
yeah, I would agree. It's the most hands-on considering the other two.
And I think it's the funnest one too.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Because it's hands-on, I think it's more interesting and less, reading stuff.
Big fan of it. Everyone, do us a favor, like the stream.
Yep.
We're at 30. I don't know if that's accurate again.
Yeah, it's accurate.
We're trying to hit 50 live viewers. So let's do this. I haven't been live in dude, how long have I not been live? Like a month? Maybe more.
Yeah, once we started doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded.
That's been a month, right? Yeah, everyone, we have a podcast too. It's Random Cloud Chats, and we discuss anything and everything.
Yeah. It's basically how we used to do this. So the live stream, but it's more structured.
Yeah, it's more structured. You can watch it on demand whenever.
Yeah.
There's video and audio. Yeah, it's a good time. I'm enjoying this. We have a guest for this week's episode.
Yeah.
I'm excited to. I wasn't part of that episode, so I'm excited to see how it came out. But yeah, let's see. All my research for cloud computing degree at WGU is paid by WGU included. Yeah, I've heard really good things about WGU. I saw their curriculum for the Azure one. I'm a big fan. If I had more time, I would do it, but you know, time is what I don't have. CCNA is great. Yeah, I mean, Cisco certs, I've heard great things and that they're very useful, but it depends on what you want to go to. Like, if you want to get networking, yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't get CCNA. Obviously, like that's a done deal there. Let's see. I gotta go, but I'm traveling to New York City from October 9th to 21st, so I really hope to share a coffee with you. Go ahead and take care and enjoy your trip. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be here. Last time Ivana was here, I missed her because I can't remember what I was doing. I think that was the weekend of my birthday, and I was at Governor's Ball Music Festival.
Oh, okay.
And it was like Sunday, and Sunday was the last day of the festival, so it didn't work out. But
Ivana is based out of
Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I was wondering if the information of the AZ204 learning path becomes outdated soon. Is it worth to get the certificate for my career like 3 years down the road, or would the cert be obsolete?
That's why there is a renewal process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you get the 204 any certification now, like you're gonna have to renew it for it to be like your skills to be up to date in like 3 years, right? Because I don't think the certification it's I don't see the 204 like ever because they'll retire certifications, but I don't see the 204 being one of those. No, I think you're fine if you take it and like in 3 years you'll probably still be able to renew it. That's my opinion though. Work data analyst as beginner. What your advice about that? As beginners, what? I don't understand that question. Like, you want to become a data analyst, or is that what you're doing? Yeah. Yeah, give us like a little bit more context to that question. Got sent an extra Linux basics for hackers. Wow. If anyone's interested, it's yours for just the shipping. Oh, that's awesome. Get in touch with Steven. That is a fantastic book, people. If you want to learn Linux, there's no like more fun, practical, easy to digest way than that book, in my opinion. And then there's a couple of, in terms of books, there's a couple of like online resources that are great. What's the website that you like?
Linux
Journey.
linuxjourney.com.
Yeah, that's also a good resource, but I'm talking like straight book kind of content, text type content. I don't really think there's a better resource to get started with Linux than that book. It's so freaking good, and it's not even crazy expensive. It's like, and there's a PDF version also that you can buy online. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you're getting one for free.
Yeah.
So avail that opportunity.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stephen.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. DL says, I joined Devops team, but all my senior colleagues left. Whoa. Now I have to implement complex stuff without any previous knowledge or knowing best practices. For any advice from me? It can be overwhelming sometimes. What? How did all your senior people leave?
Are they going to backfill?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll stick to the positives. So this is like a great opportunity for you to lead stuff. And then even if there are, backfills, you'll be like the one that's like experienced with, the culture and the practices that you have at your workplace. So avail that opportunity. I know it will be like a lot of work, but you'll learn a lot.
Yeah. Did you put us on?
I put us on IG.
All right, let me go. Let me do that. You want to answer another one while I'm gonna promote and get us. We're getting 50 live views. Everyone like this stream right now. I gotta get the link there.
Yeah. So I would say avail the opportunity and join the Discord. Like if you ever feel stuck with IAC or any other kind of implementation that you're working on, the community will try to help you, but I think it's a good opportunity. It's sad to like see all the seniors leaving. Hopefully it's not something bad, but we'll see.
We're live answering questions.
Yeah.
On YouTube, so
I'm a QA automation engineer. How I can get into Devops? Learn to cloud.guy. I just keep plugging it because everything is written there instead of us answering it again and again. So I would check that out. There's a Devops phase, and yeah, hopefully that helps. You already are in QA, so it's a good start. Like, you have the somewhat technical knowledge of things. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Have you heard about AZ720 cert, the Azure support engineer? Okay, I've not heard about that. Have you?
AZ720? I didn't even know they go that high. The last one I knew, what's the 600? Is that security, or is that?
Those are SC300.
I feel like there's a AZ600 though.
There's the AZ700 that we were trying to do, the networking one.
That was the networking one, right?
Yeah. I don't know the 600.
720s. Oh my god. The number. That's the one thing I don't like, the numbering.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah, but anyway, have you heard of Azure support engineer for connectivity? No. That sounds oddly specific, but I feel like if you know about this cert, it sounds very niche. It can be beneficial to you.
Yeah. Especially if you're trying to land like a cloud support role.
Yeah. What connectivity specialty? What is that? Is that like VM? What are those called? The virtual machine? No, like virtual desktops. Virtual desktops.
Yeah, virtual desktops. Yeah.
Which I feel like are getting like really, like a lot of customers are trying to like use it for work.
Like at enterprise level.
So becoming an admin specifically to that service, I feel like there's like a lot of potential to get into early into that space. So if that cert is focused on that, I think that's a good one there. Yeah, I love that book. Steven actually recommended it to me on LinkedIn.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, it's a great book. I have a degree in computer engineering, currently lead test planning for hardware products. Yeah, I can reach out to people that are involved. My manager is super cool about my goals. Okay, good.
Nice.
So you vocalized your goals, where you want to move to. You got a degree in computer engineering. You have experience. So now it's more so just upskilling and what you need to upskill. So I'm assuming you have to do that on your own time.
Yeah.
But then also talk to the team and see like, oh, what are some things that I can do on my own? Like, what are some projects? Like, maybe they can walk you through some stuff that they've done.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. But you have like all the pieces. It's just about fitting it in together, and then also like timing too. Like,
true. Just
because you apply for a role and maybe you have everything, it doesn't mean you're necessarily gonna get a role, because who knows. Like, interviewing and getting roles is just, a lot of it is like luck and opportunity, right? But if you're prepared and then everything else is aligned, like, then you're gonna eventually get it, right? I think it's just more so matching, upskilling with whatever it is that you're missing.
Yeah, and reach out to the team there. So with me, it was the case of there were like few really, kind of side projects that the team wanted to do, but they didn't have time to do. So see if you can get your like foot into those projects, and like, because hands-on is best way to learn. And especially if it's something that the team was also already trying to do, it'll help your case with getting that job, I think. But you have a solid profile, and it's just about upskilling now, and looks like you're already communicating what your goals are. So
I would say, like, imagine interviewing and they ask you, like, talk to us about a project, and you can actually reference a project that was implemented by the team, and you're like, I understand they did this because of this, and perhaps one way I would have like helped was like this, or like, and then maybe they're like, oh, what if we encounter this issue here, and then you're able to respond. That would be freaking dope. So anyway, there's a lot of potential there, but it looks like you have all the pieces. Let's see, is it a good idea for beginner front-end dev to pursue any cloud certs? What do you want to do? Like, what is your goal? Like, why would you get cloud certs? Like, right?
If it's front-end dev, I've seen some people doing it because like, they are hired easily. So I saw some college students who graduated, and they went for like a software dev position, but they also had cloud certs, which helped them in the case of getting hired because that company was using cloud. So I can see,
especially like a dev cert.
Yeah.
Like a 204.
Because then they know like how deploying apps work, how you can deploy web apps in cloud.
Yeah, that I could see that being useful.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to stay in front end dev, or like, are you trying to move into a different role?
That's
I feel like if you want to stay in front end dev, I could see there being a lot of benefit to having, even maybe like, wait, Docker doesn't have certs anymore, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't really see Terraform being a thing that you would necessarily need. But yeah, getting with like a developer cert, I feel like that could be useful.
Yeah,
Dude, we're at 39. Let's go.
11 more.
11 more, yo. And like it right now. Like the stream right now. Let's get to 50. All right. Where do we?
AWS restart.
Have you heard about AWS?
Yeah, they're not recently. I think could say recently, maybe 2 years. They started it in Canada too now, and that's one thing that I have been recommending to, especially people that are not in tech, because.
Wait, what is it? Is it like a?
So they provide training, with people who are like not in tech.
Okay.
And then I've seen few good cases where AWS hired them
From the program.
It's like
How long is the program?
I think it's 6 to 8 months. I could be wrong, but
It's like Microsoft Leap.
It's for cloud, yeah. It's Microsoft Leap for just cloud.
Okay, but like the training is
Just cloud.
like what kind of training? Like on the job actually, or
yeah. So it's practical training.
Okay.
And then you're also trained by AWS employees.
Oh, sweet. So it is like Microsoft Leap.
Yeah, and then you also sit the exam at the end of the program.
Like a certification exam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a AWS certification that's I think included in the program, so you don't have to pay for it. And then I've seen 2 cases where AWS hired those people.
Okay.
Which is great.
AWS Restart.
AWS Restart.
So from Microsoft, there's Microsoft Leap, everyone, and it's essentially an internship. So what they do is like if you get selected, you get onboarded to a team, and you work with them on a project. And at the end of your sort of like the program, if you've performed well and whatnot, and you're a good fit, they'll make you an offer, or then you just move on to like whatever else that you want to do with your career. But you get that experience on your resume.
Yeah. So it's a little different than Leap, because I know Leap is really hands-on, whereas this is more of how college is. So they'll teach you stuff. So it's like classroom.
The AWS one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas Leap is you are actually
you get on the team.
You're an intern, right?
Yeah. I recently spoke to someone who was 40 years old when they quit being an accountant, and they taught themselves JavaScript in like I don't know.
I think I've seen that guy.
Yeah, and then he was like, I taught myself JavaScript, and then I landed an opportunity to join the Microsoft Leap program, and then I did that for a couple of months, and then after that, and he now works he's a PM I think on one of our JavaScript teams on Azure.
Nice.
It was because of Microsoft Leap, and it was he's based in Mexico, I want to say. I think he was in Mexico when that had happened, and he perhaps relocated, but. This is not just US. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah. I think it's open now for for Nigeria, and
our student internships for Microsoft are also open too. So for any students there that are interested, go there's like a lot of opportunities there. But anyway. Let's see. So I know I need to learn Python, Linux, networking, and then cloud search. My question is, do I need CompTIA A plus networking security plus security plus cloud essentials, cloud plus, or any of that fluff? No, I don't think so. I think you could get like Linux essentials, and maybe a networking one. Then you don't really need any programming certs. Then you do a cloud cert, and then DevOps. I don't really think you need. I guess you could get like a specialty DevOps cloud cert. And then I don't really know what day recommended for security certifications, but there are a bunch of them. But I don't think he recommends Security Plus. Like there are a bunch of like lab-based intense security certifications that you can do. So I would check into that. But yeah, you don't need.
I think it's CASP or something.
Yeah, something like that. You don't need all the.
This brings up a good point. So I saw a tweet yesterday of someone in the community saying, why do I don't know how so I'm rephrasing this, but it won't be word to word. Let's call us tech influencers. So why do tech influencers
I saw that tweet.
Yeah, make video about a cert, and then also say in the cert that you don't need this cert?
I wonder who this person was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Because I find myself saying that a lot. Like I've gone through all of these certifications. But the reason why I say it's not needed is because I want to ask people, want them to focus more on hands-on skills rather
Yeah.
than just getting the cert. So that's my context when I advise you to like make sure you also know the practical stuff. Just don't rely on the cert itself. Like go into like a job interview saying that, okay, I have this cert, so I'm eligible for a job.
You know what my favorite certification video that we made, because I think we might have made a few for sure.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite one was the one where we ranked our certifications, because we spoke about
Oh yeah.
how they impacted our career and if they were even worth it. So everyone, is that on my channel, the ranking,
I think so. Yeah.
or it's on, I can't remember. But we have a video. It's like 30 minutes long, but we went through every single certification that we got, and we essentially said, this one impacted my career, this one wasn't worth it, this was a waste of time, like all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, I saw that tweet too, and I was like, I don't really know who this person's talking about. I guess this is like very specific, but I understand where the frustration comes from.
Yeah.
But the reality is, like, certifications, if they help you or not, it really, it's just like there's like so much that goes into it. You can't, like, nothing. Certification won't guarantee you anything. It helped me, yes. It helped you, yes.
Yeah.
But even because that happened, I can't sit down here and say like, yeah, it'll help you go do it. No, it can't.
But the way I see it is, so my seniors recommended me a cert as a good way of learning a cloud platform. So I had zero clue about, what all AWS services are there and how we are using it. So I think that approach is good.
Yeah.
Like it keeps you accountable, you're learning a new platform. Whereas okay, I'm getting this cert because I'll get a job after this.
Yeah, if you want to get certs to learn more, 1000%.
Yeah.
If you want to get certs to get a job, I can't say 1000% because there's a lot more to getting a job than just a certification. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see here. Who the heck is this? Are you a moderator on the channel? Do you know?
I think so. Does this mean I'm a
Yeah.
moderator?
Can you remove this person? All right, cool. Let's see. Hey guys, what microphone are you using? That's a MV7. That's so this is like the smaller sibling of this one, but this one is cool because it's USB also, and it's like a lot easier to take around because this one is massive. This is an SM7B. They're both sure, but I've mainly used this one now, but that one is also a fantastic microphone.
Yeah, this is what I have. So
yeah, that's a great microphone. Let's see.
It's so good to see you guys together.
Yeah, dude. We've never done a live stream in person together, right?
We did a podcast, yeah. You, me, and Alf.
All right, but that was kind of. I remember that being wonky. I can't remember why.
Yeah. Oh, because
there was audio.
We were
issues.
in a rush.
No, there was like audio issues, wasn't there?
Oh yeah. There was audio issues too, but you know how it was a Sunday and there were no subways after.
Yeah. We had to leave. Yeah. We were in a rush, so now we're like a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see here. The pink hat looks like the Juventus logo. No, it's
Clippy.
It's Clippy. You see that? Yeah, you can see it. It's Clippy. Yeah. These hats I got from Mark Deuker. If you go to Twitter at Mark Deuker, he makes pixel art shirts and hats. I bought 2 hats and 2 shirts, and the proceeds go to Girls Who Code. And they're really cool. They're custom, and they have a bunch of different colors and designs and whatnot. So check them out. I like that you're dropping links, by the way. It's very helpful.
Yeah. I just dropped it, and then someone is still commenting, where is the Discord link? I'm like, what?
Discord.learn2cloud.guide. It's pretty easy, but we'll drop in the chat. Let's see. Practice of Cloud System Administration, the Devops and SRE Practices for Web Services, Volume 2 by Thomas Limoncelli is a great book. Good to know. Like the stream. What is the name of the program? It's the AWS Restart one. Can I get a t-shirt? From where?
This?
You got that at a summit, right?
Yeah.
Go to an AWS summit, then you can get that t-shirt. I guess this is for you.
Bhai, tell something in Hindi. Like, what do you want me to say? Go check out my video. It's in Hindi.
Yeah, whatever. Is getting a certification in Linux like Linux Plus a good idea? Be cloud engineer? Should I save money and just study the material and do a project to show I'm competent? Is LICP, LPIC, I'm assuming better? That's a good question. So the Linux Essentials helped me a lot, for real. But it was more so because it was more so like I want to get better at Linux. I looked at the Linux Essentials guide and like what it tests you on, and then I went and found material that would teach me that kind of stuff, which ended up being the Linux Basics for Hackers book. Which isn't like a study guide or anything like that. It's just a book that teaches you Linux. So then I went and I tested what I had learned with, like, I didn't do any like test exams or anything like that.
Okay, yeah.
I just kind of went and
did
it because I ended up knowing everything because I learned it from the book, and it was just my way of kind of like, oh yeah, I understand this. So that's why I like that certification. Was it helpful for me? Yeah, but then again, I wasn't using a certification to get a job. It was just to improve my skill set.
Yeah.
We hit 40, dude. We're 10 away. Everyone freaking like the stream. Anyway, but if you're trying to do for a job, I would say kind of like maybe go for like an LPIC, whatever the associate level LPIC is, and then, or maybe the LF Linux Foundation certified sysadmin, something like that might be useful.
Yeah.
Or you can start Linux Essentials and then go up one for sure. Like I would say, yeah. But just don't stop at the fundamental level. That's all I mean. Whichever company you try to go for, in terms of like which certification you go for. I feel like that's redundant. Started the Azure Cloud Resume Challenge. It's been a good reinforcement to learn and remember the services. Awesome.
Nice.
It's a good project. If you want to get hands-on with cloud, I don't see why anyone wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean, what up, Sean? Sean is in like local, and I told him like he could join us for dinner one of these days.
Cool.
But yeah, Sean is the reason that I ended up staying. One of the reasons I ended up looking at places in Queens, which means I ended up staying in New York. So shout out to you, Sean. Great meeting, guys. Try to get some time away from the cloud as well. It's wonderful to see such good friendships over there. Yeah, we'll get plenty of time. We're going to Korean barbecue later tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna take Rishabh to meet my parents on Sunday.
Excited about that.
And yeah, they're excited too. My little sister was like yesterday, like, say hi to Rishabh, because I feel like, I think the coolest thing that is like so unique to us that no one else in the cloud space has is just the evolution of our friendship has been documented online.
True.
And like and it is so clear that I am not in the position that I am in, that I would not be in that position that I am without your support, and that you like the same for you.
Oh yeah,
right?
Definitely, yeah.
So, and I think that is why like our content resonates with people, because it's like genuine. Like we really do stand for what we talk about. Like you can't do this alone. Like you need to rely on community, and like there's no better example than like,
yeah,
you know, like we both started a help desk and kind of like moved up the ranks, and then you were at Google at one point. I am at Microsoft now, and like we've made it happen. But you can't do that alone. And I feel like a lot of tech influencers, I mean, I don't want like to call myself tech influencer, but it's like the reality. Like want to just come off as like, they want to come off as like, oh, like yeah, I know everything, or like I have figured this out. Like here's my $10 ebook and whatnot. I hate Twitter ebooks. Everyone knows, especially Rishabh.
Yeah.
But like we just stand on the fact that like we're human beings who we've like been through a lot of challenges, but we've been through it with like amongst others, and we've had support and we've had each other, and it's like that's why we're here, and that's why we're going to continue doing it, and that's why like the stuff that we do works great, because it's like both of us. It's not just me. Like I don't get burnt out.
Yeah, I
Have
think
you
it's
been burnt out?
not with the content and like stuff that we do. It's sometimes it's just, like my time at Google, you already know about it. So
yeah, but that was the
that is not something that I do on my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the point I'm trying to make is it's genuine. It's not like I met up with Gwen because I needed to land a role at Microsoft or something.
No, we didn't. I think we had maybe like a full year of just figuring a lot of stuff out and getting to know each other and like building our friendship before it turned into anything of like more than, or like, oh, let's collaborate on this project. Let's like, oh, I want to interview here, like how can we help each other and that kind of stuff. Like we genuinely took time to like really become friends who support each other. Because like any kind of like friendships or relationships as well, like good ones take time to build. And now like I know like you will always have my back and I will always have yours. That's why you're like Rishabh is staying at my place. Like he was gonna stay at like a hotel and I was like, no dude, just freaking stay here, right? Like because that's what friends do, right? And I think
she's so kind.
That bleeds into the stuff that we do, and people like really do see like we do this because we care and because like, and also like out of like the stuff that I've done in cloud, like I've met you and I've met other great people, and it's like it just reminds you like we're human beings. We're human beings at work. We get so focused on I need to learn containers, I need to learn Kubernetes next week, I need to go here, do this, that, and then we forget that if we're not making meaningful connections, we're never gonna get anywhere in life. So it's not just about what you know, it's more so about who you know, right? So like I'm gonna do absolutely everything I can to get Rishabh a job at Microsoft. Like I'm not saying like I'm gonna like I don't know like that's gonna happen tomorrow, but like if that's his end goal, then like, we're gonna get there. If I wanted to go to Twilio, I'm sure he would do the same for me, like help me to get Twilio, right? So anyway, let's see. But long story short, we'll get some time away, and we'll be vlogging. Like I've been like recording a lot, and then we'll have like a YouTube video. Maybe we'll have a couple of YouTube videos on like just like what we're doing around New York City. All right, cool. So we've been dropping a lot of links. It's good. Let's see. Can you make a video about your story, like how you grew up, things that you did as a kid, and what you got you into tech?
We could talk about that on a pod.
Yeah, that'd be a pod. Dude, as a kid, oh my god,
that'll be fun.
As a kid, I wasn't caring about my future. I was a kid. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about I need to get into tech. No, heck no. I had like a pretty fun
childhood.
Yeah, in terms of like when I was able to do stuff like extracurricular stuff, I really did take advantage of it. Yeah. But we could talk about that, and that would be a good episode for a pod. Let's see. GPS. I've been working on AWS for 2 years now, and you've inspired me so much to work on Azure. All my personal projects are on Azure. How does it look on my CV to move from AWS to Azure? First of all, I'm grateful to be an inspiration to you to learn Azure. I love Azure. But you don't necessarily have to... Oh, wait, hold up. Before I do that, I gotta say hi to Lucy.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out Lucy. Yo, her channel. Oh my god, Lucy. I don't know what you did, but like one day I was on your channel watching something, and I think I saw you at 15K subs or something like that. And then it was like a week later, and I'm like 20K sub celebration. I don't know if you've checked your channel out. No. And I was like, damn, that's awesome. Like you hit 20K, right? And then I think I checked it yesterday, or like I saw a video or something like that, or like popped up on my recommendation, and you're like at 25. You might be at 30. Oh my God. You might be at 30 today. If you are looking for AWS content, there's no reason for you not to go to Lucy's channel. That needs to be like your first step. It's so polished. It's like like your ability to speak about like these things is like so great. If we could drop her like her YouTube channel in there, that would be freaking awesome. I'm so proud of you because I remember seeing your channel at like 100 subs, and now you're bigger than both of us. Yeah, like you're freaking killing it. All these views, like you're getting like 15K, 20K on these videos. It's like so well produced, so polished, and like woman in tech, super young, you know. Like I'm just like so proud. This is a very big, like I feel like big sister proud moment now. So that's freaking awesome. But yeah, shout out like Tech with Lucy.
It's 12 a.m. there.
Yeah. Oh my, and where in Australia? Yeah. Shout out Australia. I want to go to Sydney, dude. Because I used to work in A Cloud Guru. I have colleagues there.
Yeah.
And they keep telling me like, oh, you gotta come like hang out. Like, but yeah, Lucy, if I'm in Australia, I don't know what part of I think you're in Sydney. I don't know why I want to say that you're in Sydney, but if you are, we gotta link up. But so I'm very, very, very happy for your success. But yeah, AWS stuff, go check out Lucy's channel. Anyway, so about the CV question, you can have both AWS and Azure on it. Like there's no reason to take off. If you have relevant AWS experience and Azure experience, like keep it on. You don't need to replace it. But yeah, like I like the fact that you're now taking on Azure if that's what you want to do. 1000%. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know her. Yeah.
Tech with Lucy's channel.
I've seen her channel.
Yeah, for AWS. All right. Maybe it's a dumb question, but can you learn everything necessary for Linux certs within Azure, AWS VMs, or do you need a PC with it installed? I wouldn't say you need. It might be. I guess it depends if you have a PC that you can install Linux on, or you can use like a virtual box.
Yeah.
But a lot of cloud platforms have free tiers for low-end virtual machines. So you might be able to do that too. I don't really think you need a dedicated machine though. What do you think?
Dedicated machine, no. VirtualBox. If you don't want to, like, let's say you were running out of credits or something on, you know, AWS or Azure, yeah, I would go with the VirtualBox, install whatever distro you want. It's the easiest, because given that, you know, you have a decent spec PC, I think VM it's my go-to. But I did mention it on the pod that I have like a 10-year-old laptop, and it has like Linux running on it, because Windows was, you know, it's not so great with Windows 10.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I practice is
if you need a UI, maybe a dedicated machine might be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you could do pure CLI, then I can, like, a VM in the cloud would be fine.
Yeah.
I just spin up VMs all the time, but then again, I have credits in Azure.
Yeah.
But whenever I need to test something, I'll just, you know, AZVM create -- whatever, and then I'll just have one SSH straight into it. But anyway, let's see. Sean says, I'm guilty. Hope you guys are doing well. Got an interview to Ace. Hope to share some good news later. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's right, Sean. Good luck to you. Let us know. Maybe we get to celebrate.
Yep.
Pop some champagne or something like that. That'd be awesome. But cool. Anyway, how did you guys meet? Start your friendship before doing interviews, etc. We met for 100 Days of Cloud. This was back in 2019.
Yeah, late 2019, early 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, when the 100 Days of Cloud thing had started, we were sort of on the same team doing that, and then we kind of like got to know each other through working on that. And then when I left 100 Days of Cloud, and then I sort of like I sort of stopped talking, not stopped talking, but just because we didn't really have much more to talk about with the people on that team, except for 100 Days of the Cloud. But you and I kept in touch.
Yeah.
Like a little bit here and there. And then we just kept talking. And then I remember we started playing like video games together. Right?
Yes. That was late, I think. But yeah, so 100 Days of Cloud, Discord, and Twitter is how I think we met, or like got introduced to each other. And then Gwen was huge with doing live streams on Twitch about Azure certs. I think you were doing some Azure cert that time. And then you were also playing Tony Hawk's.
Oh, dude, those days. I look back at those days. That was like such a bliss.
Yeah. It was fun. So her streams were fun, you know, funny.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, I would just show up on, like,
dude, good
in the chat. Yeah. And that's how the connection, I think, kind of built. And then we started talking about, you know, what's the focus, and like she had some really cool ideas about some projects, and then we started doing live streams, podcasts, and here we are.
Yeah, just trying everything. And I think that was maybe like so that was 2020, 2021, and then this year I think is when we leaned. Me personally, I leaned more into Rishabh as like just like a personal friend for stuff outside of like work. And then I think we like up-leveled our friendship there too. Yeah, it started with cloud, but now it's like, even if I feel like you stop doing cloud, if I stop doing cloud stuff, like we'd still be friends, like close friends. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, it was all like online, social media. You never know who you're gonna meet. That's why you have to like network with all your authentic intentions and be your authentic self, because you really never know who you're gonna like meet. But I saw you go through, like, remember that time that you were just like interviewing for like a whole year?
Yeah. I saw you go 2021.
I saw you go through that. You saw me go through like essentially being really not happy at my A-Cloud Guru job, interviewing for Microsoft, applying to Microsoft, getting rejected. You saw me through a couple of relationships, like a bunch of stuff, like, you know, these things that you go through, and at the end of the day, like, maybe you go through these things, and the people who are still there for you, like, are the ones that really care about you. Like Rishabh was always like there. So that's that. I want to get into cloud administration. Can you explain technologies? Can you explain technologies like Terraform, Ansible, and Kubernetes? Which one should a beginner start to learn? Learn the Cloud Guide Everything's outlined there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a read and then ask us a little bit more specific questions. But yeah, we put that together because we get a lot of these questions like often, and it's easier for us to just give you something to go read and kind of take it at your own pace.
Yeah.
It's free, it's open source, so we're not trying to sell you anything. I need such a genuine friend who will help me build me up. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, Rishabh and I both keep each other accountable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's a lot softer. I feel like I'm a little bit more like tough love.
Okay.
Like, for example, like when you did that reel and I'm like, look at the camera, dude, like that.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Okay.
But we both have different ways, but we accomplish the same of like keeping each other accountable.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I saw your video of like your day in the life hitting like 200,000, I was like, damn. And now I have to do something. Now I'm trying to think about something that's gonna go viral. Yeah. Let's see. Can you explain? Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. Can you explain how projects work? Let's say I do the cloud resume challenge, and I suppose to take the step I took in video, record what was done, then show that. No. So I mean, the thing about the cloud resume challenge is it's when you end up with a live product. So you end up with, like, for example, mine is what is it, gwynethpena.com or yeah. So like you can just send that, hey, this is my resume. It's hosted. Like maybe you have a diagram. You have to have it on GitHub, whatnot.
Yep.
And that's like your project, right? You have to have the code there and whatnot. You don't need to make a video or anything like that.
Yeah.
You could make a blog post.
You could document it really good on GitHub.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Which is that's a good practice anyway.
Yeah.
In a skill set that you'll need for
the job.
For work anyway. So, let's see. Is the Phoenix project still a relevant read? Yes. Nothing beats a home lab. Yeah, except it can be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with moving. Like I find it hard to move my PC and all this stuff.
Dude, carrying this, I brought this on the subway. Dude, and it was like 95 degrees outside, and I had like my custom PC because I have the box that I'm carrying it. I'm like, oh, dude, that was tough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a whole.
Like a server rack.
Yeah, a home lab if like you have your own home. Yeah, for sure.
And you're not moving.
But it's not like doable for like city life that you're like changing apartments every year. Like, I can't put up with that. Yeah. What are your podcasts? So we have random cloud chats. Do we have a link to that? Do we have a link to random cloud chats?
Yeah. I'll get it.
Rishabh will drop it in the chat. I want to learn the cloud, but I can't code. Is it advisable to go cloud with Azure? You don't need to code for. I mean, you need to know scripting languages for sure. I think I would recommend knowing Bash and some Python. You can escape code if you want to get to cloud. That's just the reality. You guys have a few fans following in Australia. Shout out Australia. We're big fans of Australia. Hey, Rishabh from GPS. How's the prospects for Azure DevOps engineers in Canada? I'm moving to Canada very soon from India. Ooh, there you go. Look at that. Which city would you advise me to go, and any tips for networking? I feel like that's all you, Rishabh. It's like literally so targeted to you.
Yeah. I would pick. So I don't want to say Toronto, but it's great for networking, and it's huge on tech. Like all the major tech companies are there. Vancouver is good too, but it's expensive, same as Toronto. So if you can get like closer to Toronto and like be like a 1 hour drive from Toronto would be good, especially if you want to like grow your career and network with great peers. How's the prospects for Azure DevOps engineering? It's great. Cloud and DevOps is really great right now. Like I see a lot of jobs and being reached out by recruiters a lot because
that's nice.
Even with the recession, like I've seen some contracts coming in, like a 12-month contract for DevOps, which is good. So I think Toronto or Vancouver, even Montreal is good, but then you need to also have French capabilities. So I would stick to Toronto, but it gets expensive, so maybe like a closer city.
Like outside. Like
outside,
if Toronto's Manhattan, you want to be like in Queens or something.
Yeah. That's what I do right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, that's what I'm doing here. What about like the AWS Azure popularity? Like, is there more of a demand of one?
I think they're kind of equal.
Okay, that's good.
So Azure is really popular with enterprise, especially banks and stuff. just how Microsoft is with landing those clients.
Active Directory.
Yeah. And then I think for startups, it's kind of AWS. And then there's some mix of GCP too.
So you would say like in Toronto, or I guess that greater area, you see a mix of all those kinds of companies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like just startup like focused, whatnot.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a huge presence of, enterprise customers there, yeah.
Cool. Alf, hey Alf.
Hey,
what up,
Antonio.
Alf? I told you to come over, and then I don't know if you said anything.
Yeah, so you messaged me if I'm, like, when I was coming.
Yeah.
So I replied, Antonio,
The hell,
hit
Al?
me up.
The hell? You could have been right here.
I want to play Coop. So Antonio, like, is huge fan of
Dude,
board games.
Remember last time we played a board game?
Yeah. And the last time I was here, we were at Antonio's place playing board games. It was fun.
I'm so bad at board games. Like so bad. And whenever I go to Alf's house, I always end up drinking cranberry vodka because he has a fully stacked liquor cart all the time. So when a board game night comes around, I know I'm just gonna like drink and be terrible at board games. But that was a fun time. We got to do that again.
It was fun because I don't know. You were hammered.
Yeah, I was hammered. You remember?
And she said she sucks at board games. So this was my first time playing Coop, and I won, and I was so happy. And I'm like, how could I win this? But the thing is, everybody was kind of drunk.
That was a good time.
It was a good time.
Do you remember that you got there late because you ended up in Brooklyn somehow?
Yeah.
That was
She was
our
telling
fault.
me
that
that Subway is, she was telling me yesterday that Subway is not underground in like Queens and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know. Because so last time I was taking the subway to get to Antonio's place, and somehow I ended up in like Brooklyn because I could see like I was coming up. I'm on a bridge and I'm like, what? And then finally my navigation started working.
We end up we because you were saying in Times Square and we were like, dude, just take the queue. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But Alf and I had been living in New York already, so we're like, if we just say like just take the queue, like we understand what that means.
Yeah.
And you hopped on the wrong queue, I guess.
Yeah.
You went the other way. Yeah, it was a great time. But anyway, Alf says Sunday. I don't think we can do Sunday. We could probably do tomorrow night. Or
What's tomorrow? Saturday? Yeah.
Or we could do Monday, Tuesday. We have the event on Wednesday. Could you do Thursday too? Or do you want to be rested Thursday for Friday?
I can do Thursday.
Yeah. Literally any day except Sunday is tough because we're going to my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but literally any other day. Or tonight. Dude, Alf, join us for Korean barbecue. We're going to Korean barbecue tonight. Yeah. My brother will be here. We're gonna go. We'll do that, and then we'll then go from there to your place. I think that would be good. That'd be good. A good plan to do. Let's see. How nervous were you guys when you first decided to start your YouTube channel? I was
very nervous.
I wasn't really.
Be honest, Gwen. No.
No, I wasn't nervous.
Okay.
No.
Don't you have that feeling inside your head that you'll be judged on like how technical you are because you're doing this video, and now like every expert?
I think I was so ridiculed at my sysadmin role that I had gotten over it. That was
okay.
The internet is not going to be worse than what like the in-person stuff that I faced. I wasn't nervous. No, I think I had a little bit of a feeling like, oh, no one's gonna watch this.
Yeah.
And I was more so worried about that, like, oh, is it just gonna be a flop? Is it gonna be a video that has like 2 views? Like, I was more worried about that than like being criticized or whatnot.
Yeah, for me it was so I recorded my first video and didn't publish it for 30 days.
Wow.
And I think
Is it still on your channel?
yeah, it's on my channel. You should see the quality. It's funny.
I gotta
But
I wanted to look at what your haircut was back then, because I
Yeah.
remember like you told me about that. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't post it for 30 days because I just kept thinking about, people would think I'm a fraud because I don't know shit what I'm talking about.
People are always gonna think that though.
True. But like this was the feeling that I had at that time before hitting publish.
What was the first video?
AWS, something.
It was a
AWS.
tutorial?
Yeah.
I think, okay, so to be fair, I think I had a little bit more confidence in what I was doing because mine was like hyper specific niche thing with Azure Functions. Azure Functions was a relatively new service around then, and I was doing something that wasn't documented, and it was working in production. So I knew it was like something like, you know, I could showcase my technical expertise, and I had built my channel based off technical expertise originally. So I didn't start doing like lifestyle or more like career focused content till later.
Yeah.
But I had already started building the audience based off my technical expertise. So like, people can't come at me and be like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." Like, "Oh,
True.
you've never done this."
True.
I'm like, "No, yes, I have. Like, go look at it." Like, and yeah. So, let's see. Alf said, wait, what is that? I'm in Princeton, and then he's like, "Nah, heck yeah, I'll come. Let's do tonight, gang." Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Alf. And we could do a live stream together if you like.
Yeah.
Obviously not tonight because we're gonna go do this, but we could do it like another day too. Oh, dude, Alf, come co-work with us. We're gonna go to the Microsoft building on Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday is the event, right?
Yeah.
We could co-work those 3 days. Yeah. Come co-work with us. We're gonna go there. Yeah, cool. All right, Alf, Texas. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Let me see. In your opinion, what's the best way or online resource?
Can we ask Terraform specific questions here, or is this not the place?
Can you answer Terraform questions?
I could.
There you go.
Like,
ask Worship. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ask Worship. He'll know. We got 52 likes. That's awesome.
Yeah, we hit 48 viewers.
48
at a point.
He said, "Is that Andrew Tate?" What the hell?
I'm not Andrew Tate. Yeah, I'm Andrew Tate.
Oh my god, dude. That's funny. Yeah, no. You're like, I can't think of a person that's more opposite to Andrew Tate than you. Like, literally, dude. Like,
Should I do his impression? Imagine people start joining the lives.
Yeah, because you're
GPS got Andrew Tate on the show. I'd be offended.
That would be funny. Let's see. Yeah, you can ask Terraform questions. Whoever asked that, Rishabh will answer. Just a heads up, I couldn't find your Apple podcast by searching your names with keywords like cloud. Not sure if that solution is for that.
Yeah, just search random cloud.
Can we put keywords to the podcast? Like, if people search cloud, how do we get it to come up?
I think you already did that in like the app.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look into it. But yeah, there are 6 keywords that have gone.
Hold on, let me see. Because I think you can't search our names because
we're not the host.
We're not the host. Learn to Cloud is the host, right?
Yeah, we have added Learn to Cloud as the host.
Let me see. Learn to Cloud. Yeah. That's why our.
Yeah. So just search Learn to Cloud or just search random cloud chats.
Yeah.
It'll pop up.
I want to switch my career from UX to cloud. What will be the best optimal way? Okay, learn a cloud.guide, y'all. All right, I have to hop off to work. I'll reach out via text later. All right, see you, Alf.
See you.
I feel like we skipped a bunch of here. In your opinion, what's the best way to learn Python? Is there a book or online resource you recommend? Yeah, we have a couple. Again, programming is phase 2.
Yes.
Learn a cloud.guide phase 2. There's a resource table. There's the stuff that we recommend in there. Recently got a free voucher for GCP Professional Cloud Security Engineer Cert.
How?
Yeah. I was gonna ask that too, like, because I don't really hear about them getting vouchers free anywhere. Any suggestions for going through any prerequisite, completing any other mandatory certs? Have 6+ months experience. I don't have any experience with GCP certifications, dude.
Yeah. You need hands-on experience. GCP it's tough because, like, I found it tough because I had 0 experience with GCP. And, services are named differently. They work differently. So, yeah, make sure you get as hands-on you can get because, free voucher is great. You don't want to mess it up. But, yeah, there are great books available. I don't know if there is a video-based course that is, popular for the security stuff. But, yeah. There definitely are some books, and then GCP has quick labs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you can go through the path of security. So you'll have some labs, so it'll get you hands-on. But yeah,
don't they have the code labs thing, or is that the same?
It's the same. I think it's called Skill Boost now.
Oh yeah.
But And the back, it's Quick Labs.
We have resources for GCP on Learn to Cloud as well, so check this out.
Yeah, check that out.
Let's see. What does this word mean? Bye?
Bro.
Okay. You got a big fan in here.
Thank you.
Subscribe to all the podcasts. Thank you again. Thank you, Omar. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I think I know Omar from Twitter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Omar, I've seen
Perfect.
your journey.
I'm currently doing the AWS Cloud Resume Challenge, and I'm stuck on the part where I have to figure out how to write the Python code and a Lambda function that will save a value. The AWS Resume Challenge is probably the most documented. Like, there are so many blog posts out there that have documented that solution. Like, if you were asking about Azure and GCP, GCP, I would be like, okay, I'd probably be able to provide more advice. But there are so many blog posts out there on that one that you'll find code and you'll find
good
examples.
ones too, like pretty detailed blog
Yeah,
posts.
so if you just Google it and you see other people's solutions, other people's GitHubs, you'll find that. So there. I don't have any advice because I didn't do it in AWS, but I mean, it's not a lot of code.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is that do you know that answer?
Yeah. Resource, AWS instance, private instance, subnet ID, subnet. Does the subnet ID need to be variable? It depends. Like, you can... The only thing with hard coding it is, like, once you hit reapply, or like you have to, update something in the module, and then you apply Terraform resources, it will error out saying because that subnet already exists. So what I use is I would create a variable and then also you use like a randomizer at the end. So I would have a random number at the end.
Wouldn't you use like parameter files in the first place? Terraform has parameter files, right? Or so for example, like for bicep, this would be called like, this value, and this would call like something from the parameter file. Like, it's not hard coded.
Yeah. You could do that. Yeah.
What is that an approach that people should take anyway?
Yeah.
Like,
especially if it's like if you want to practice, like have good practices. Do that.
Code. That makes sense.
Like you mentioned at the end, the subnet ID changes after destroy. Yeah, exactly. So, that's true too. But once you hit apply, it would say that it already exists. And it won't create that resource. I'll have to look it up, like how I did it. So I've done some custom modules back at ECI, and I definitely know that I went through that challenge. Because you want it to be destroyable, because when you want to destroy resources, but you also don't want that thing to happen where it just keeps generating new subnets.
There you go. What route would someone need to take in the cloud space with no experience and no degree? Learn to cloud.guide. I feel like we keep saying it. All right. So essentially what you need is an entry-level tech role. We recommend help desk. Do that for a year and a half while you teach yourself cloud. You build projects, you get a cert. Then use your tech experience, your entry-level tech experience. Use your upskilling, use your projects, use your cert. Practice your interviewing skillings and your interviewing skills, and then go apply. That's really all you need to do. But I think the key there is that first role, like, because you can get help desk and support roles without degree and without experience. Like did you get your help desk role? But you got it through your internship, right?
I got it through internship.
So I had a retail job before, which did help me to get into the help desk role, but I didn't have any tech experience or education. But I interviewed well, so that's also another podcast episode that we want to do. We want to talk about our interviewing experiences and the salary that we got at each role. I think that would be a really interesting,
that would be nice.
Interesting one to do.
Yeah, internships are good too. So like if you can, but again, like you need to fill a gap of the skills that you don't have. I think that would be the first step to do. And then look for, entry level and internships. Yeah. Because for me, internship worked out really good because I could prove like my knowledge and my skills. And then they were like, okay, here's your full-time offer, which is great. So, I would
Yeah, it's all about that first role.
Hmm.
That could be anything in tech, really. And then just learning as you go, kind of thing. Gotta go, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Varseth, for you gave us the $2
Also give.
for $6 total.
Yeah.
We'll use that for the Punjabi
Food, yeah.
food. Yeah. Are either of you on call for your cloud roles? I am not. If
I
though,
was.
is it as grueling as it makes it? People make it out to be. You were at your last one, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, the one before Google.
The one before Google, yeah. The one at Google was also
Yeah,
going
you're
to
right,
be
you're
on
right,
call
you're right,
stuff. But yeah, it can be grueling. It can be. It depends on the workload and how many people are there in the rotation. Ours got to a point where it was every other week, and we had
at the Devops role.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yikes. How was that?
not good. The thing is, we were making a lot of changes with the app itself. So there were breaking changes that were being pushed out. There would be infrastructure issues that we would have with scaling and stuff. So it's the only positive side to it was that it was good money because I was being paid for being on call. But so I think my sleep. So I used to sleep really good. Back in like 2019, 2018. As soon as I got on call, my sleep is like I'm so sensitive to noise now. So, and the reason for that is because I was on call and I would have my phone on silent because I don't want to disturb like Misha and. But since my phone is on silent, I would be really alert if my phone vibrates. Because I need to get up, right?
Makes sense.
So now what happens is if I'm asleep and like if someone is walking outside or if there is a little bit of noise, I just get up. Like I cannot sleep so deeply now, which sucks. But it'll take some time.
There you go. On call will ruin your sleep.
It did mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude. You want to call it? It's been almost 2 hours.
Yep.
Let's go find something else to do. But anyway, we'll probably have videos, so make sure you subscribe to Bishop's YouTube, obviously on my channel.
Yep.
And maybe we'll go live again with Alf sometime next week, something like that.
Yep.
But yeah, subscribe to the podcast. Check out Learn to Cloud. Check out our Discord. All that kind of stuff. And we'll see you whenever we go live again. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.